everybody, my name is Fred Eichler, and as a pro staff member for Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, I am here to show you my game room today, and I hope you enjoy it. Every single animal and fish that you harvest is really a trophy. All right, so here it is. I got a little bit of everything. This is kind of the hog department. So you see, got a big, huge feral hog here. Got a javelina. We've got all 5 species of caribou represented up there. Columbia blacktail, Sitka, Coues deer, and then whitetails from a little bit of everywhere, from Florida up to Montana, east, west, you name it. For me, some of the ones that really stand out though are the ones that I either worked extra hard for, the ones that got me super excited, or the ones that got me super scared. Well, I had a unique opportunity to hunt giant grizzly bears up in Alaska. We had been out almost 24 hours because our boat, when the tide went out, became beach, so we had to wait until the tide came up. We were going along in the Bering Sea and huge like ice crashing up against the shore. We had to go miles past where I spotted the bear, trying to race. We're exhausted, we're tired.
We got a long walk. That was hard. That was the hardest thing I've ever done.
And I had a cameraman with me, and you can actually see him running with the camera in the video. And when they got there, I literally felt like an idiot because I'm like, there's a bear right here. And they're looking around and you can't see a bear. I'm like, no, he's right here. And then this monster grizzly bear stands up out of the brush.
Got it. My bear's going down. I just got a grizzly bear.
I was shaking all over. That it was so intimidating. I had never been that close to a giant grizzly bear before. It's one of those things that's in my mind and I'll never forget it. And I mounted it like it had stood up, and the pucker factor on this one was pretty huge. I'm telling you, when something like that stands up in front of you and all you've got is a stick, yeah, well, it's a little intimidating. And we got some other really cool stuff here. Turkey Slam, the World Slam, includes an ocellated turkey down in the Yucatan Peninsula. And to me, they're just absolutely gorgeous. The colors, the head, they're just different looking birds, and they're way different than any of the other turkey species that are included in the World Slam. This one stands out because to me, it's more like a parrot because of all the different colors, iridescent, they're just beautiful. And I sat for days in a little hot box in a blind, and the temperature was super hot in the jungle. But when an ocellated turkey finally came walking by, I had my recurve and managed, despite my adrenaline and shaking, to make a great shot on an absolutely beautiful animal. The only thing that made it better was the guys that were guiding and their family and the people in the camp we were at, we all got to enjoy eating an amazing ocellated turkey. These are all the different sheep. Got Stone, Doll, Desert, and Rocky Mountain. And most people wouldn't consider a ewe a trophy, but to me, I'm as proud of that ewe as I am any of these that I shot with my recurve as well. There's a spike elk up there. And again, not necessarily what most people think of when you think of a trophy, but it's a trophy to me. This is a beautiful Rocky Mountain goat that I almost ran off a cliff on. I was way up in the mountains. I was above timberline. This goat came easing up, and it wasn't even so much the hunt itself, but the excitement of when this goat came walking up the steep cliff right to me. I made a good shot with the recurve, but the crazy thing is, and to show you how excited I get, I almost ran off the edge of a giant cliff, kind of teetered for a second, and I watched it run down, and it didn't even faze me until my cameraman that was right behind me, he's like, Fred, you almost ran off the cliff. You have got to pay attention. You got to realize where you're at. Kind of brought me back to reality a little bit, like, Fred, you got to be careful. You get a little too excited sometimes. Really nice mule deer on this side, some non-typicals. And we've got 3 different species of moose right here. We've got the Alaska Yukon, the Canadian, and the Shiras moose, which again, they're huge, huge animals. And just their antlers, to me, are impressive. And trophies are different things to different people. I have some females mounted and very young bucks or young bulls. I have a spike bull elk mounted. I have a tiny little 2x2 deer mounted that a lot of people probably would go, well, that's certainly not a trophy, but it is to me, and it is because of the experience or who I was with or where I was at, or maybe it was the first time I had ever seen that species of animal. Like, I have a Thule spike elk mounted, and I'm as proud of that as anything I've ever harvested. If I could afford it, I would probably mount every squirrel, every fish, every duck, everything I've ever harvested. It's the ultimate form of respect to an animal. You're admiring it. In a way, you're carrying it on. So like when I look around this trophy room, to me, it is all memories. Well, there you go. That's it. I hope you enjoyed checking out my trophy room here in Southern Colorado. I hope you realize, to me, that they're all special and they're all very, very different. Just like the trophy room that you may have or somebody you may know have.